Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the 50, it's Rudolph. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the run is Conner. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo. It's coming this way, Here we go.
On 2nd and 9, Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. Well, he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Here we go. 8, read. Watch the screen. Ready.
They'll run here with Conner. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Watch twist.
Again, it'll be Conner. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Watch the out.
Rudolph now to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Montravius Adams coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Rodgers going to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they'll get him down here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Adams has it complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
88.
At the 40-yard line.
Hey, check 26. Box it, box it, box it, box it. You better be ready. Don't be scared.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The veteran tight end, Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Let's go, team. Hey, Haywood. It's going to be a long day. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Protein spill. Tell him the right. 3 down, 3 down. Shoot.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Rudolph. And a big loss loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Play action. It's Rudolph. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on 4th. Rudolph looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Okay, now I want to revisit what we were doing earlier, contender versus pretender. We did the AFC. Let's rock the NFC here, starting with the New York Giants.
Pretender, but much improved.
Okay, NFC North, how about the Vikings?
Contender, no doubt about it.
Carolina in the South, what do you think there?
Contender and ascending.
Okay, quarterback play has become a good thing for them. Finally, out west, how about the Arizona Cardinals?
Pretender. The division's just way too tough. There are 3 teams better than them.
Hey, echo.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. It's complete to Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 54 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score after 7. Steelers 3. Mason Crosby is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Rudolph looking to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A run with counter on first down, going to get about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
From just shy of midfield, Rudolph. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Going for it, it's Rudolph. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Tight end right. Tight end right. Everyone got 4 down. 2.
On first down, it's Rudolph. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rudolph going to throw again. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rudolph. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. Escaping the pressure right. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
On the ready. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Come on, D. Big grip.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. And he's got it. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Ready.
Rudolph. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, Connor, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rudolph. Complete to Washington. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, 59 yards. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. All right, CD, let's have a little fun. Now that we're into October, I'm going to give you some AFC teams. You tell me quickly, contender or pretender. You ready?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's start in the East. Buffalo.
Contender for a wild card spot.
Okay, how about the Chargers?
Pretender.
AFC North, the Steelers.
Contender because the AFC North is a jumble.
Okay, and then lastly, let's go to the south, Jacksonville.
Pretender. Houston now in control.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go, go, go.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
26 Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get General West. Plant. I got it. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Quick 26. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. You don't want this. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee you, he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Rudolph. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Watch the slant.
Now it's Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, 36 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10.
26 Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
To try again after the sack, Rodgers. And an alley to run. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. Rudolph looking to throw it, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's...
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner. 39 yards. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Boswell for the extra point.
Entering. Attention, pop up. The connection to your peer has been lost. Exit game. Entering online hub screen. You have 5 options. Quick match is selected. Enter. Ready. Ready. Use advanced settings and left kitchen selected. Ready.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rudolph now to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
First down, Steelers.
60 outlaw. Right. Come on. He's got X3. 218. Chop it.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready up. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. We own it. Take up. Here's Rudolph.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. On first down, Conner slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Well, what a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 96 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Ryan. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. Even though the Falcons have been struggling on this losing streak, Austin Hooper, he's doing his thing. He's been one of the beneficiaries of Matt Ryan really slinging the football around. In Week 6 in that loss at Arizona, another big game for Hooper. 8 catches, 117 yards, and a touchdown. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
You got 3, you got 3. 3 down, 3 down. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Greystone, Travis. Mike's 59. Let's go.
Back to throw, Rudolph. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. From the 17, Rudolph. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Rudolph on 3rd down. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now Rudolph. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Heavy. Watch the backfield. Hey, watch 11.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Intended for Devontae Freeman. Incomplete.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. tight end Graham. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment. No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board. Rudolph looking to throw. Screen pass to Connor. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Hey, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Connor on the toss play. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. 15 yards on the play, first down. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Connor. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there. On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. On 4th down, Rudolph. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Well, we got a second. Let's look ahead to Week 7 and what's on the slate. Things start out Thursday night. Kansas City at Denver, divisional battle.
Suddenly an interesting game. Kansas City having lost their last two, and Denver now playing defense as we expected. But how about the NFL 100 game of the week? Oakland at Green Bay, a rematch of Super Bowl II.
Also have New Orleans at Chicago and Philly visiting Dallas on Sunday night.
That is a huge one in the NFC East.
Yeah, both teams 3-3. The winner will have the lead in that division. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Switzer on the return. Sidesteps him at the 35. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Rudolph. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling, make
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And a good return is